Hello, my name is Kelly Bluen. Welcome to Mini-Mandala Monday. This is episode 15. I can't believe we've made 15 of these videos together. This is so exciting. I've got a little bit of a cold today, so my voice sounds a little bit congested, but hopefully we get through this all right. All right, today I'm using a micron pen. This is a PN plastic nib. I've got a graphite pencil for some shading and a blending tool to do some blending. I'm also starting out with a coin. This is a penny, but any coin will do. All right, so today, ours is going to be a little bit different. We're actually gonna make our mandala inside of another shape, but we are going to start with our coin and making our circle. So I'm gonna trace that coin with my pencil to get started. And then I'm going to make an X. So I'm going to put a diagonal line through each side. Then I'm going to extend that out from the circle just a little ways. I'm also going to put in a horizontal line and a vertical line, like that. Okay, I'm going to switch over to pen for a few minutes, but we will be going back and forth from pen to pencil. So today's mandala is going to be inside of a shamrock. If you don't want to make a shamrock, you can make a flower, you could make a sunshine, a moon, whatever you would like to make, but we're going to do a shamrock. So I'm going to start by taking this first little quadrant up here and putting in a heart. Then I'm going to do a heart on this side, not the bottom, but this side. Again, do not put one down here. I'm going to take my pen and I'm going to ink in 3/4 of the circle, but not the bottom side. So I'm going to ink this in and stop. Okay, now I want to make 3 larger hearts on each of these 3 sections, but it's going to start down here at this point and come up, make the heart, and come back down. This line here is kind of a guide as to where you want the middle of your heart to be. And these can be as large or as small as you would like. So I'm going to go like this, go all the way into the bottom. And one more. It's okay if your hearts are not perfect. I've got a really small section over here. That's okay. Shamrocks are imperfect also. And then down here, I'm going to just bring a line down, kind of at a curve, and another one, and I'm going to round off that stem. Okay, I'm going to pick up my eraser and I'm going to erase that line right there just so I remember not to go outside of those leaves. Okay, inside these 3 hearts, I'm going to make smaller hearts and color them in. Like that. And then I'm going to draw an aura or a line around that first circle, nice and thin. Just going all the way around and stop. If your hearts already have a separation down here, you're just going to stop your line, jump over that space, and continue. All right, now we're going to do a line a little bit further out. And if you'd like to do this in pencil first, you can. So I'm going to go out about the width of my pencil. I'm just going to make a circle like that, imagining how it would come out on the other side. And I'm going to fill this with those thin little bumps. I love making these because you get that repeated motion in, which is very calming. And you also have to focus a little bit to keep those narrow. For some reason, our brains want those to go bigger. Keep them nice and narrow. All the way around. And I'm going to ink in that circle. Like that. I'm going to do another circle, very, very narrow. I'm using my pen, but you could use pencil if you'd like to start this one. I'm just going to go all the way around. Like that. All right, my next layer, I'm going to do these long bumps like this. Again, lifting my pen if I get to a space in between those hearts. I'm going to do another layer of those that starts in the center of each one. So this one's going to go off the side a little bit. I'm going to try to land in the center of each one. Okay, now I'm going to add a line to the outside of that. I'm doing mine in pen, but you can do it in pencil first if that's easier for you. And I'm going to pick up my pencil and I'm going to do another like pencil width line out here. So another circle. Now, depending on the size of your hearts that you made, you may be getting close to the end or you may have a lot of room. It's okay. Right now I'm putting in these little triangular shaped petals. Again, picking up my pen when I get to a space between the hearts. And I'm going to ink in that line. And I'm going to put a smaller triangle inside each one. Just like that. And because I have room, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to add another narrow line all the way around. And this one I'm actually going to ink in because I don't have a lot of dark in this mandala. So I'm just going to ink in that line, make it nice and thick. See how bold that looks? Keep going all the way around. Oh, I love it. Right now I'm going to do some big bumps to kind of take up a lot more of this space. So my big bumps are just these. Looks like a flower petal. It's okay if some of your hearts go out larger than other ones. It doesn't matter. Then I'm going to put a line on the outside. I'm going to aura those bumps. Almost done. And then inside those bumps, I'm going to put a line and a dot. You can fill them in however you'd like. There's lots of patterns. We're going to keep this kind of simple. And I still have a little bit of space left, so I'm going to end mine by putting in these narrow little lines, nice and close together, just to fill in the rest of that space. If you still have a lot more space, go ahead and repeat one of the designs we've already done, or add something else completely different. I like how that finishes it off. Okay, so now I'm going to aura the whole thing, but I'm going to start right here at the center, and I'm going to come out, and I'm going to go around each petal. Try to keep the same distance if you can. Go right back into the center. Then I'm going to take my pen and I'm going to do a little, it's called beading if you follow my Zentangle channel at all. But I'm going to make a curve and it's going to go behind that stem, come out and go over it, then go behind. And over and behind. And then I'm just going to add some little dots all along. You don't have to do this part, it just adds a little extra flair to your shamrock. Like that. All right, we're going to shade this one. Shading is going to be nice and simple, but first I'm going to erase some of those grid lines that I made. So cute. So typically when I shade a mandala, I shade each layer. This one I'm not going to do that because it's in a shape. So I'm going to shade within that shape. So inside this heart, I'm going to put graphite all along the inside. All the way around along that inside edge. And I'm going to go over that heart that I made there and over the little dark heart, just because, no reason. Take my blending tool and I'm softening this line and pushing it out towards the middle. And by doing that, you give this kind of a pillow effect, as if the sides are going down and the middle is popping up. Might go on the inside of the next heart. And I'm going to go ahead and go on the inside of the next one as well. And outside that little heart. And that heart in the middle, which kind of disappears, but that's okay. Right, pushing this out towards the center. Look how these look so different than the one I didn't do yet. Love that. Pushing it out towards the center. I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to put some on the outside of the stem. And I'm going to go on the outside of the whole piece, just a little tiny bit, just putting a thin line. And what this is going to do is going to lift the shamrock from the page and give it a little bit of a shadow behind it. All the way around. And I'll start with that stem. Look at that little shadow it makes. I love that. Same thing on the outside edge. I don't have a lot of graphite, so just push it a little bit. See how that helps that lift off the page. Soften it out, let it blend. There we go. There's our little shamrock mandala. Such a fun exercise in doing these repeatable shapes, but within a larger shape. We initial our work, and then I always date it and write a little journal entry about what's going on in my life. Feel free to add more details. Feel free to share with me on my Facebook group called Let's Tangle, and we'll see you next time. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.